Welcome back to another episode of Your Daily Real Estate. I want to continue on the conversation that we had yesterday. If you missed it, go take a look at it. It's, what is it? Pathos, Ethos, and Logos. And it's all about connecting with the person or people you're talking to that are in front of you. Now, I'm always looking to improve myself and help you grow. And so I wanted to give you a better example of that in a presentation mode. And yes, this episode is brought to you by abrillianttribe.com. Check us out, group coaching, all these types of coaching, social media, marketing, great stuff. And these are meant to be 5 minutes or so to keep you going in the right direction, actionable steps, motivation. This is no different. So yesterday I said you need to start with a story, Pathos. You need to then move into credibility, ethos, right? Trustworthiness, establishing that. And then you need to go into logos, kind of like the logical, data, analytical, that type of thing. And so somebody reached out this morning and said, hey, I listened to the podcast and I want to get a better idea of what it looks like to do this presentation to somebody that I'm trying to get the listing from. So let me tell you, I'll give you a perfect example of how we did it very recently. Malibu listing. I know that these people are looking to sell their home quickly for the most amount of money we already said quickly, in the least amount of time, with the least amount of hassle. Usually these three things are always in play. And so I know that they're in Malibu, so I'm going to bring in a story that has to relate to them, something they can grab onto and say, oh, that's similar to us. It's something that now I understand. It's in Malibu, around the same price point, similar experience. I see what you mean. The story is going to be the underlying connection to where I want them to go, right? This is pathos. And so when I'm looking at this, I'm going to say it like this, right? That was a big bump here. You okay over there? Yeah. Oh, okay. You dropped your phone. Gotcha. That was my son dropping his phone. So pathos, it's a story. And they say, Mrs. Seller. So about a year ago, we helped out somebody in a similar situation here in Malibu. And the challenge was that this great family, they needed to sell their home in Malibu that they weren't living in anymore as much. They were visiting it during the summer and they really needed to sell it quickly. In fact, through the beginning of the summer, in order to buy something for their son who was getting married in the East Coast. And so they not only needed to net the most amount of money to buy something great and give it to the son and daughter-in-law, but they needed to do it quickly because the wedding was coming up. And so we packaged it all together, did the marketing, we found the buyer for them through the marketing that we did, and we got it done in a timely manner. Was it challenging? You better believe it was challenging. And then we got into it. So the point is, I brought up a story that then is saying a lot of things. Look at the story there. It's saying that not only did we do a great job with marketing, but we took care of the seller. We took care of the seller because we got what they wanted done in a timely manner. And yes, the son and the daughter-in-law got married. They got the gift, right, which was a new home over there. We referred them to a great agent. We made everything as seamless as possible. That's the story. And what are we getting through across this whole thing? Trustworthiness. The confidence that we can do the same thing for them. See, the story that we lay down at the very beginning is extremely important because it's connecting everything that they are going to hopefully be experiencing too, right? Success, ease, and of course, selling the home for the most amount of money, at least in the current market. And so in this whole process, I want you to be doing the same thing. I want you to think of a story that can relate to the person or people you're talking to, whether it's a presentation for buyer, a presentation for seller, or if you're speaking to an audience of agents and you want to do this for something different. The point is that this can be used all the time in any situation, and it always starts with a story. And if you miss this whole piece of, Pathos, Ethos, and logos, I would love for you to take a look at, or listen in, unless you're watching on YouTube, listen in to yesterday's message and let me know what you think. And let me know if you're going to be using this, if you've used this, and if you tell stories, because let me tell you, stories are the ones that connect with people the fastest, creates the fastest trust possible, because after you tell the story, most of the time you're going to just shut up and listen and see what they think, see what they say, see what their concerns are. We'll talk again tomorrow.